Okay, so I just want to introduce everyone to Candy Irvine, and the reason we're talking is because I was very impressed with what I told her was a great rant. I mean rant in the best sense of the word. She was very upset about something. She had a lot to say about it, and she said it with a lot of emotion, and she kept it together, and I was quite impressed with her, as usual, with her intelligence, the way she presented it. So now we're talking about that, and so what's going on lately? You said something happened.
A lot happened last night, that's for damn sure.
Okay. If people don't understand, I'll put the link on my description. Candy had an incident. Well, she had a lot of incidents happen when she went to the worldwide series of Fenn?
Well, there's the fun.
World Series of Fenn. And she had a lot of people inflict a lot of drama on her on purpose. It was kind of a mind
That's an
game.
ambush.
It was an ambush, broadsided by people who were trying to mess with her, what should have been an enjoyable trip out there. And so I'll let her discuss that, and then I guess some things have happened since then. So go ahead.
Well, not only that, but last night we discovered that Ashley was drugged at World Series of Fun.
A rupee or a roofie?
We're not sure. I wasn't there. I do know that she messaged me and she was saying she needed me, and I didn't understand at the time what that meant. And I mean, I missed out on everything aside from karaoke. Like, the only reason I was at karaoke is because I knew it was happening, and I was basically the one that had the idea for it.
Right.
So, yeah, so we were all hanging out in Ben's chat last night, and then Capo came into the chat. Some serious stuff went down. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. She's a disgusting human being.
Yeah, I really don't know her that well, but from what you said, it sounds, the way they ambushed you, it sounded very manipulative, mind games. I'm trying to tear you down mentally and emotionally. I don't quite understand the depth of it. Although I had a theory that I came up with last night that we can discuss. It's extremely simple. It's extremely primal. It's extremely human. About why, we'll just get to it. Christy and Cynthia have kind of jumped all over you and had photos of you that they were kind of glorying in the fact that they were going around, and that you knew they, were showing them to you to get a rise out of you. And that's pretty bad behavior. I mean, I saw you the other night. I went and watched the street thing. I saw Greg kind of going, I don't know Greg. He seems like a nice guy. He was just kind of like, hey, roll with it. It happens and all that. And I know it's 2022 and photos get taken of people and get passed around, but I'm thinking, no, this is very calculated. This is really messy. This is like they're sitting together planning this stuff, like, let's really screw with Candy. There's no doubt about it. So what happened last night? What was said?
Well, basically, to paint a picture for everyone to really understand how fucking sick this shit is. Last year, everyone knows about the wedding of World Series of Fun, correct? And
Right.
A lot of people know that I took my boyfriend of 15 years, DJ, with me to Vegas. And sometime between the sweet party before the wedding, he absolutely flipped out. He ended up leaving me in Vegas and dumping me. So I was a drunk hot mess. I went live, made an ass of myself. Basically, my whole world was falling apart, right?
Right.
So the very next morning, I get my shit together. I make sure I'm all ready for the wedding. I go straight over to Christy's suite, and I do her hair and makeup. I don't bring up a single thing about what happened, because this is Mike and Christy's day. It's not mine. It's not about my drama. And so I just go through the wedding. I'm there to support her. I think I'm there for someone that is truly a genuine person.
Yeah, for people that don't know, which I don't know who they'd be, but Christy it was getting married to Mike. That's what, and you were actually over there helping her get ready for the wedding.
Yeah. Oh, let me give you an update real fast. So I actually messaged Cynthia this morning, and I said, I'm giving you one last chance before I take this legal. Who sent you my photo? And this is her response right now. Take it to legal. You acknowledge having a good time with the entire group at Karaoke Saturday night at World Series Fenn. You continue to send me friendly texts through Wednesday, inviting me to Luby's group gathering at 9 Mile in June, inviting me to come onto Ben's show that same day. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you decide to create drama on Thursday. Why? Because you crave attention and you weren't getting any. Knock yourself out.
Okay.
These people are honest about stupid. Anyways, so the story is, something happened the night that he and I were in the suite where he was so upset, he literally left me in Vegas. Dumped me, left me in Vegas. We were done. 15 years, right?
Right.
So I pulled myself together. I'm there supporting Christy and Mike. I'm thinking, oh shit, okay, this is a whole new chapter of my life. Everything's gonna change after this. And she's there like you're just a terrible human being. I'm here to support you. She even once said, and I have this on record, by the way, that she would actually financially support me if I left DJ. Like, Christy used to tell me she hated DJ so much that she would actually financially support me to leave him. Okay, anyways, fast forward. I'm being a dumbass, right? And I'm just like, pretty messed up. I'm drinking and I'm emotionally unstable and I'm thinking about just giving up on my relationship with my boyfriend. So I started talking to someone in the community that I very much like. Before that, I did something very stupid, and that was what I found out this weekend, by the way. I found out that is what was used against me and what caused DJ to leave me in Vegas. So not only did she try and humiliate me and ambush me once in Vegas, it was actually twice.
Oh, okay.
That's absolutely disgusting. So let me paint this picture for you. This person I was talking to, Christy ended up going to them 2 weeks prior to this year's World Series of Fun and asking them about my photo.
Okay.
Do you not understand how absolutely disgusting that is? And this is none of her business. This is a Chase community. This is something about a treasure hunt. So for a grown-ass woman to interject herself not only in my personal relationship the first time, but the second time, with business that has nothing to do with her, to reach out to someone and specifically ask about my
Yeah.
not get it because that person's not a piece of shit. So then they go to, oh, yeah, Dark. Yeah, Dark is involved in this. He is a lying piece of shit.
And who is this guy? Who's this guy?
Dark. You know Greg talks Chase, Dark?
Oh, okay, okay, very good. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's a lying piece of shit. And I will say, when I was going through some hard times, I did some stupid shit, and it was online, and I trusted him with some of my photos. And that is actually how Christy and Cynthia got my photo and video.
This is a nude photo, people. That's why that's why this is such a big deal. It's a topless photo.
It wasn't until after the fact that Cynthia, and I have it on record of messages, that she actually admitted to knowing about video, and she was even saying she was going to share the video.
Wow.
And I'm not an idiot. I know, like, I'm taking this to legal. I'm not an idiot. I have everything to back it up. Not only did Cynthia humiliate me and was teamed up with Christy in the process of doing this, I have another searcher friend who was actually sitting next to me at Bally's when this all went down, and if that isn't enough, I also can request for a subpoena for the Bally's video footage at the bar, because I finally find everyone, on Saturday for World Series of Fun poker tournament, right?
Right.
I show up, I'm sitting at the bar, I'm talking to the searcher, and I'm like, oh my God, hi, it's so awesome to finally like meet you in person. Always been a cool friend and everything. Nothing like sexual or anything like that. Just a really cool friend that I talk to.
Right.
And Cynthia comes up to me, and everyone knows since last year we had bad blood, because when I asked her a question about the doctor, which is, you know, taboo, you can't talk about, she flipped out on me and not only threatened to humiliate me the first time, saying she would release the text messages about it, which really pissed me off, so I released them first, because no one's ever going to try and hold anything over my head, ever, as you can tell.
Right.
But then after that, she threatened to get me kicked out of the Netflix documentary, which I went straight to the producers, and I said, hey, guess what? I'm being told that either it's me or Cynthia. It's been fun talking to you guys. I get it. You've got a story to tell. Pick Cynthia. I'm not dealing with this shit. It backfired on her. So not only did she do that shit last year, well, she finally comes up to me at World Series of Fenn at the bar, and she's telling me that she wants to apologize to me. She was like, I was the total, and I'm sorry, excuse my language, she was like, I was a total cunt, just like you said. Because I started calling her Cuntia. That's how fucked up she was.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, yeah, thank you, autocorrect.
Cuntia.
So she comes up to me, and she starts apologizing, and I genuinely want to think she's a good human being. I always want to think people are genuine good human beings.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God.
What a mistake.
Okay, I accept your apology. And I apologized to her. I'm like, I'm sorry, I called you Cuntia. It wasn't, you know, right of me and everything like that. So I think everything's good. So we're talking about certain things, and I'm like, hey, about that letter that Fenn wrote, and like where he sent you and Matt the day before he died. We're talking about that. So anyways, we're talking, and she sits next to me, and I'm like, okay, everything's cool. And then all of a sudden she turns to me, after looking at Christy, by the way, who's across the tables from the poker. She says, by the way, you have beautiful breasts. And I'm just like, okay, she's clearly drunk. I think she's hitting on me. What the fuck is this about? And I'm just like starting to get a little uncomfortable, but I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, ah.
Is it okay to remind people and tell people who don't know this that Cynthia is a lesbian, right?
Yeah.
So when she remarks on your breast, I mean, it's like a gay guy going up to another gay guy saying, hey, I heard you got a big cock. I mean, it's kind of weird, you know.
It wasn't appropriate,
no,
but I was still trying to let it pass, because I was just like, you know what, it's fine, she's drunk and everything like that. But then she goes on to proceed to tell me that she's seen my photo, and I'm like, Paul, what are you talking about? Trying to like pass it off, because like this other searcher friend is sitting right next to me, and they could tell I'm clearly very uncomfortable. And so she pulls out her phone, and it's on the video of the Valley's bar security footage. It's on there. So if that tape disappears, that's called obstruction of evidence. Anyways, it's on video, and she pulls out her phone, and she shows me my personal photo. That is my face. I know exactly where I took it, when I took it, and who I sent it to. And
wow,
I'm clearly really upset. And I don't even know what to do, so I'm just trying to act like, okay, everything's fine. And so all of a sudden, the poker security at Bally's comes over and pulls Cynthia away from me, and then tells her not to talk to me. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
What's up with that?
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there, and my searcher friend notices that I'm clearly very upset, and I'm like, I need to order a Crown and Coke. I don't even know how to process this right now. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, Cynthia, I want to think is a very good person, right? And I'm just trying to say, like, okay, maybe just one picture got out. Okay, fine, whatever. And so we go to karaoke. We're all having fun. And then the moment I walk up, Shannon starts talking shit, saying, like, oh, I heard this, this, and this. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just trying to ignore that. And I know Shannon and I, like, butted heads last year because of the fucked up shit she said. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to try and get to, like, actually know you. You seem like a cool person. I even told her, I was like, you know what? I honestly couldn't even hate you if I wanted to, because she's like such a cool chick. She's so down to earth. She was doing cool karaoke. It was just really fun. And I'm thinking, okay, Cynthia's really cool. She apologized to me. She has a video or a photo of me, but I'm just not going to let that get to me. So after after the fact the World Series event happened, I get home and I'm sitting and I'm thinking about it, and I'm getting more people telling me about this shit, that I'm like, you know what, Cynthia's a good person. If I ask her who she got the photo from, she would tell me. So I sent her a message and I asked, look, like, I will tell you actually what exactly I said, how she responded, because I've got all the messages for that shit.
Okay. While you're looking, I've got to tell you, you've got to get over this people are nice bullshit. People are clearly assholes.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not just assholes, they're sick.
If you can meet someone who truly is your friend, you're going to probably end up, as you get older in life, you're going to have enough friends that you can count them on one hand. Real friends, believe me.
Yeah, no, I've got a very small handful of people in the community that I trust.
Yeah, you can't trust many people.
Fenn and Ashley are one of them. Fuli and Gigi, Gadelkin. There's just very, very
well.
few
That whole thing with Ashley is freaky.
Yeah, I don't. Honest to God, I wasn't even there, because if I was, I probably would have lost my shit. So, like, I feel terrible because she messaged me and she said she needed me, and I didn't know what was going on, and my phone actually died right after that. So I was, like, trying to find people. They were, like, ditching me everywhere. Don't even care about that. I really don't. So anyways, I get home and I reach out to Cynthia and I say, Cynthia, I'm asking as a friend who sent the photo to you.
Okay, now, if I could, I hate to do this, but I got to do it for the video. So let me just turn it off and on for a second, and we'll talk in 1 second. Go ahead.
So this is the message I sent to Cynthia, thinking that she would be a genuine human being and telling me who sent her my photo.
Yeah.
I said, Cynthia, I'm asking as a friend who sent the photo to you. This was against my consent, and I'm no longer just sitting back. I will be taking legal action, and I would prefer to leave you out of it. The fact that you can't see how deeply upsetting this is to me has me shocked to begin with. You might be okay with being put on display, but I'm not. You know who is behind the photo, and as a friend and a woman, I would expect you to do the right thing. Her response was, if you only sent that photo to one person, then I guess that's where you should begin. I'm not getting it from the person I was talking to. I'm trying to leave them out of it.
Right. That's cool.
So then I say, Cynthia, why won't you tell me who sent you the photo? This makes absolutely no sense to me. You're clearly protecting someone. And her response was, you ought to know I protect all my sources, just like I protect all my Santa Fe sources. This is why Forrest trusted me like he trusted Shiloh. I am one of the few people I know who can keep secrets. I will reiterate to you that I did not show it to anyone else. I said, that tells me that you will do anything, right or wrong, and that isn't something to be proud of. I'm not asking you for the answer to where warm waters halt. I'm asking you, who sent you a personal and revealing photo of myself that is being passed around in the community and causing terrible and slanderous things to be said about me? That's not a source, that's a coward, that's using you to hurt me, and you damn well know it. And her response was, you've already called me a cunt, which I actually laughed at. You may add coward to my description. I will never give up this person. Ask the person I was talking to who all he shared it with, then follow the path. How hard can that be? I said, I already know it was K-Pro. It's disgusting how you protect her. And her response was, I guess you'd be surprised then if you knew who it actually got it from. I said, there's nobody else, literally nobody. And then she wrote back, there are others. And I said, this is beyond fucked up even for you. And then she says, you're delusional if you think it's around through the search community before World Series event. I was nice and did not share it, but apparently others are sharing it. And this is where I actually lose my shit, and I say, I will drag every motherfucker to court with that photo. That's a promise. I'd advise you to delete it and stay out of it. Like, even through all this, I'm trying to tell her, look, this is serious. I'm going to take legal action, and I'm trying to keep you out of it. And this is where I really lost it, and I feel like everyone in the community, especially female searchers, should not stand for the shit either. Her response was, I stored it with all the blank kitty pictures she used to send to Forrest, and then he sends them to me because he knew I'd appreciate them. Ha ha. On an external hard drive. No one in the Chase community ever deletes the good stuff until they save it to a secure location. I have logs. Just process that for a second, Eric.
Yeah, I'm processing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
she's saving. It's not only you. She's got photos of a bunch of other Chase people, Chase women. Apparently, a lot of these photos were sent to Fenn, like we all suspected. He was getting a lot of titty pictures from women in the Chase, and he's handing them off to his kind of right-hand lesbian. And I'm saying lesbian only because, yeah, she would enjoy him because she's lesbian. So she's like, oh, yeah, I want to see those shots, too, for those of you that are wondering why I'm saying that.
Well, I want to put it on record
freaky.
real fast, especially because there's a-hole trolls in the community that think that it's okay to call me a Chase bunny. I have never been a Chase bunny. I am proud to say I never sent any content or photos like that to Forrest. He always was like a grandfather to me. I spoke to him like a grandfather. Cynthia and Christy and them that are honest to God sick, okay? I'm not a Chase bunny. I did not do that. The reason she got my photo was because of Dark. So I would rather be considered a hoe than a Chase bunny, honest to God.
It's sad that it comes to that decision, whether to be a Chase bunny or a hoe, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but you know what's messed up? I'm a grown-ass adult. I did something stupid and I own up to it, but it was nobody's business to blast that throughout the community. This is a Chase community about a treasure hunt, about trying to figure out the story, the ending, why there's no answers. And it has gone above and beyond something so sinister and so sick that there's nothing left to do but take legal action. Because not only did she fully admit to not only having my photos without consent, but other female searcher photos on a hard drive to back up for a rainy day.
Yeah.
What does that sound like to you, Eric?
It sounds kind of like blackmail, or it sounds, I mean, I guess you could blackmail people if they were upset that she suddenly contacted them and said, oh, hey, remember those photos? I have them now, and for whatever reason, I mean, I don't know that she would do that. It's just, I mean, the whole thing is just, like you've been saying, it has nothing to, we are so far flung from the chase, the treasure hunt. That's what it was all about. And now we're to this side drama, which has become pretty serious, in which photos that were distributed to Fenn and then him through to someone he knew are being held, and you're being kind of, well, let me ask you this. What is the when you approach this trial, and they're serious business, what is your feeling of what has been done to you? Because that's the first thing they're always going to say. They're going to say, okay, well, how did this hurt you? What are the damages if you went for damages? I know from listening to your speech.
What was that?
I said, I know from listening to I'm trying to establish the fact that when you take a case to court, there's going to be, what kind of do you want from this? How were you injured? And in your case, I heard a lot of emotional duress in your statement that you made the other night. I mean, you were extremely upset. There's just no other way to put it. And I assume this has caused you a lot of duress.
It doesn't take a genius to see point blank that all of this was set up to ambush me and humiliate me at the World Series of Fenn.
Right.
Not only did Christy reach out to the person I was previously talking to not only cooperate and ask about my photo, but want my photo. And then you've got Dark on video and camera with Odious Soul wearing a shirt that says "Send Nudes."
Yeah, that's pretty blatant.
It's so sick. But the thing is, their weakness is their ego.
Exactly.
Okay? And what they like to do is they like to flaunt stuff right in front of your face. And what's so sick about all of this is they think they're untouchable.
Yep.
And that's part of the reason why I'm going through with this, because nobody likes court. Who in their goddamn right mind would like to fucking go through something like this?
Right.
Do you know how humiliating this is? It's
Yeah.
absolutely humiliating, and I don't want to go through with it, but do those other female searchers even have an understanding or know that their photos are being held on a hard drive to someone that they never even sent it to?
They're going to find out.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
And what got even worse, because I wrote back and I said, I honestly don't know what I ever did to you, but I will be making sure the entire community knows about this, and I will be speaking to lawyers. I accepted your apology because I wanted to believe you were a good person. It was clearly a fake apology, set up to show me the photo and get me to blow up. It worked. I've gone nuclear, and I'll be taking the rest of you with me. Like, point blank, right?
Right.
So then after I keep threatening about legal and I'm saying you do not have my consent to share anything, she goes on to say about a video. And they're like, I'm kidding. It was shared with people last month. I'm probably the last one to get it. So they go from like saying that they have a source. They're not going to reveal their source. They're saying it was passed around since the previous World Series of Fenn. All this weird stuff, right? And I keep saying, I'll see you in court. I'm going to legal. I'm talking to a lawyer. You do not have my consent. So then they change it and they say, I'm kidding. It was shared with people last month. I was probably the last one to get it. And I say, what the hell is wrong with you? Seriously. And then she goes on to say, I'm insured. Like, it's a fucking joke.
I'm insured?
Yeah, she says, I'm insured. And I'm just like, you won't win. You're an idiot. And already admitted to not only having my photo without consent, but others as well. And she says, and this is what really boils my blood, what she said was, what will be interesting will be when the video comes out.
So that's a threat.
Yes, it is.
Pretty blatant threat.
And I immediately wrote back, you have no permission to share anything of mine, no video and no photos. I will be pressing charges. And then she says, I keep telling you I didn't share. How fucking stupid are you? And I'm sorry for the cross language, but I wrote back,
Oh, no.
How fucking stupid are you? You admitted to having personal property backed up in a safe place. Good luck getting out of that one. Which I will subpoena for that. Because not only does she fully on admit it exists, it has my photo, but it has other searcher photos as well. And that is evidence. And if you make that go away, again, that is known as obstruction of justice, or obstruction of evidence.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sorry. They want to say that I'm dumb. You are beyond stupid for even admitting about that shit. So I say, I demand that you delete everything of my personal property, video, and photos. And they say, you are accusing the wrong person of sharing your naked pictures and video. I guess I'm the most famous name, though, so you will go after me instead. Blank. Does it make your picture and video porn an international legal issue since you sent it overseas? Like, are you shitting me right now? This is what... Whew, it makes me mad again. Okay, so I said, you do not have my permission to have them, to share them, to keep them, and I demand you delete all of it. And then she says, fine, I just deleted the picture. I never had the video. Are you happy now? And I said, no, I'm absolutely disgusted. I genuinely thought you were a good person. I trusted you. I was kind to you. I defended you. The fact that you can do this to a person tells me everything I need to know about you. I would advise you to tell me who gave you the photo, or you will be dragged to court, and I have the entire Chase community backing me on this. And then she says, game over. I have to get to work. Stop texting now, or I will block you. And I said, see you in court. So then they say, and this is where they get evil, maybe it was stored in the cloud and probably hacked it, probably Jack. Like, this is just disgusting. And I put, this isn't funny. And then she says, people hack into celebrity iCloud photos all the time. It can be done if it was stored in the cloud. And I said, you better pray to God you were hacked and this isn't you, because this is disgusting. And then they say, if you are accusing me of being the hacker, I take that as a compliment. I am the least technically proficient person I know. Then they say, this sounds a lot like the entity fiasco involving Justin, Amy, and Packer Jack all lying to each other. And I said, You have one last chance. I'll be getting a lawyer through Mindy, and we have more than enough to win. Who sent you the photo? If you don't tell me, I will have it subpoenaed. And then they say, this is why I never store anything in the cloud. Seriously, I bet it was hacked. They're literally trying to backtrack. Do you not see that part?
Yeah. Oh, no, I've been seeing it. Yeah, I've been hearing it. They are trying to backtrack. They've been doing it for a while in your statements.
Yeah, and then so I say, doesn't matter who sent you the photo. I know it wasn't Fenn because I never sent him a photo like that. So who was it? And then there's like, what photo? Backtracking again. And
Right.
I said, I will be seeing you in court and you will be subpoenaed. And then she says, how can you subpoena someone that about something that doesn't exist? I said, I have the screenshots that prove otherwise. You screwed up. And then she says, I have a photo of you sucking on a lollipop. I have a picture of bare boobs that are not yours. I don't know what you think you saw. And then she says, however, there is a rumor circulating through the community that there is a boob picture of you, and you keep talking about it on YouTube. Also, rumors about the video, but I won't go into the detail. Let me pause you for a second, Eric. Who in this community who likes to talk crap about things going on always follows up, I won't go into the detail?
Could you repeat that?
Who do we know in the Chase community on YouTube?
Yeah.
Whenever she is trying to talk about dirt or drama or anything, humiliating going on in the community.
Right.
Who do you know always follows up that rumor with, I won't go into the detail?
That would be K-Pro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard her literally say that, but I won't go into the details.
She says it all the time. It's one of her tales. So
yeah, she likes to throw it out there and then let it just kind of float out there.
Yeah, and it's not just Cynthia messaging me this. It's now Cynthia and Christy.
Wow. They ganged up on you.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. So not only do I have proof that they went to the person I was talking to last year, specifically asking about my photo and asking for my photo. Then they have Dark at Vegas wearing the shirt, send nudes. Then they have Shannon coming up to me talking about some bullshit rumors and other people. Then they basically are messaging me telling me it's been shared around with multiple people for a very long time, since at least last year. So on top of that, in the hard drive with not only my photo, but other female searchers' photos, this is absolutely disgusting.
It's pretty heavy. And some people out there might be thinking it's much ado about nothing, but it all comes, and I mean that, well, not the video, but I'm talking about the boob, because of the age we live in. But it depends on how people feel about their own privacy. It depends on, because, yeah, I mean, if you're telling people, look, for me, the reason I'm saying this, folks, for that you don't know, Cynthia Meacham has a nude picture that she took once out. God, it was next to an overpass when I realized what was in the background. And she distributed it to everyone. So for her, she would probably say, well, nudity, like you said earlier, hey, it's not a big, what's the big deal? I've done it. And you were like, but you're not me. That's not the way I roll. So it's pretty heavy. And the way they've ganged up on you is really, I don't like that. I don't like bullies. And there seems to be an unusual amount of it going on now in our times. I don't know why this is happening across the country. But bullies seem to be the thing, and they band together and they attack like a pack, kind of what they've been doing to you. And that's a lot of mental duress, because the way you were approached in Vegas, you were there to have a good time. I mean, you were like totally, you were like totally,
let's talk about that.
I'm here to have a good time, and they ambushed you.
Let's talk about 2 weeks before Vegas, when Christy went to this person and was trying to set me up beforehand, right?
Right.
Christy reached out to me and wanted to work with me in regards to some information I had to help create a PowerPoint. That right there furthers my point that she will only be cordial to you unless she needs something, wants something
she
from
wants
you.
Something, right.
Yeah, basically, right? So that happens. I'm treating her like a decent human being because I have a soul. And everyone's like, oh my God, did Indy become friends with K-Pro again? I'm like, no, I'm just being cordial for the community and I'm treating her like a decent human being. I haven't forgotten what she did to Mindy. I haven't forgotten what she's done to Sasha and many others. I have not forgotten that. I am just being a genuine human being. So then all of a sudden, some like weird bullshit fight, I don't know if it was real or fake or whatever, happens where she gets into it with Susie Fenhaven and Ben and Ashley. And Christy knows the whole reason why I stopped being her friend in general was because of the way she was treating people, especially Ben and Ashley. And I told her, I even reached out to Mike, and I went to him and asked him if he could help me show her what she's doing to people and how she's losing friends. Like, she's literally manipulating and sabotaging herself. And anyways, there was this huge blow up. The whole community started to see who she really was. But I wanted to have fun in Vegas. I wanted to just be able to get along with everyone have a good time. So what do? I try and make things better for Christy for the umpteenth time. Like, I kid you not, every single time I've gone to bat for her, I'm always trying to save her ass. I'm always trying to stop her from doing stupid shit in the community. And so she calls me, and I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, do I even want to answer this fucking call? So I answer it. She's drunk. She's upset. She's playing the victim card. And what people need to understand in the community is that she manipulates, she calculates, she sets things up, but it's never publicly. It's always behind the scenes. So that when push comes to shove and she will push your buttons, you will finally snap. And the moment you do, that's when she plays the victim card. So she tried doing that with Susie. She tried doing that with Ashley. I mean, you saw Ben go live right after that where he was just done with the bullshit. And I'm just like, look, Ben and Ashley are my friends. Susie is my friend. Like, you don't understand what's going on, Christy. Like, just let it go. There's no reason to be upset. Because Christy's claiming that she lost her best friend in the entire world and everyone's against her, all because Ashley told her to knock it off in her chat room when she started going after Susie and publicly humiliating her. So, like, that right there is just, like, mind-blowing to me, right?
Right.
So anyways, everyone starts seeing her true colors for who she truly is. And the first thing I know that is going to happen is she's going to publicly forgive Ben and Ashley in Vegas and hate me and paint me as the villain. Right when I get to Vegas, it's exactly what I said. But before that, she actually made it so all of the people, all the real people that she wanted to be in Vegas showed up on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we were told it was Friday to Sunday. So, like, that right there is, like, we already missed all the announcements, we missed a bunch of the fun. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. Then I miss out on Friday, okay, whatever. Then I go to Saturday, I miss out for half the poker because it started early, but then I'm at the end of poker and then at karaoke, and I'm like, okay, this is fun. Sunday, I wake up and I find out everything, all the bullshit. I'm like, what the hell? Monday is where it's just beyond worse. And then the sickest part is she goes into Ben and Ashley's chat room and she says, let me pull up actually the quote.
Hey, that's perfect timing because I got to restart my video. Perfect timing.
Okay. I need to take a bite of